Happy Sunday, everybody. It's hashtag Showcase Sunday live from AJ Lakes, and we've got an amazing guest today, and it's Caroline Wright from Taste Hospitality. So, hello, Caroline.
Hello,
welcome. Welcome to our Showcase Sunday. And would you like to introduce yourself? Tell us who you are, what you do, and why you do it.
Yeah, no problem. My name is Caroline Wright. I am the MD of Taste Hospitality Recruitment. We've been open now for around 15 years. Do the job because it's what I know. I've worked in hospitality since I was 24, and I've just moved over to recruitment after working operationally. And when I started, it's just something that I continued because I just love what we're doing.
Excellent. Oh, I love that. And there's so many recruitments out there, and I know it's a bit crazy at the moment, we know that, but what's unique and different about Taste Hospitality and what you do?
I think we're a bit different because people kind of tend to get to know us more on a personal kind of level, because all of our team have been with us for a long time. So if somebody phones the office, they're going to know who Caroline is, they'll know who Dom is and Bronwyn and Sophie and what have you, and they'll be dealing with the same person all the time. We're not salesy. We just kind of, as I'm talking now, kind of say it as it is, good, bad, whatever. We'll always kind of be honest and just very kind of black and white, but in a professional way. But we're not going to mess around or be fluffy with different things. If we think something is, even if a client, for example, is giving us a job role and we're thinking actually this might be better or this might be better, we will speak openly in that way as well. So it's very much a kind of even keel the way that we work, and that we feel helps the client as well. And I think hopefully our clients will agree with that as well.
Absolutely. I mean, I was one of your clients for many years prior to obviously hanging up my keys as a hotel general manager. And I agree with you. You were very clear, direct, and you knew we could obviously say who we wanted as an employee through you, and then you would almost match it to the T. Because we were very clear. I know things have changed nowadays. We've got a different landscape altogether. But explain, because it's not just recruitment with you, is it? Explain what you do and what's relevant right now because of the landscape that's changed in the hospitality industry. What is it about Taste Hospitality that you are doing to help both people getting into hospitality, so we want to look at it on that side as well, well as people who are in hospitality recruiting?
How can we help? Time. We save people loads and loads of time, which is at the moment, because everywhere is really busy. Our clients most of them have never been busier. It is ridiculous. And again, just finding the staff to deal with this business, it's a hard thing, and it's time consuming. I mean, each of us spend hours every day, and I mean hours, each individual person, I don't mean collectively, looking for people and looking for the right, not just on paper, but for the right candidates. So we basically look, sifting through CVs, then obviously we spend all of the time talking to them and getting rid of the people that aren't going to be right, which we're not going to be able to place with our clients. And it's just hours and hours and hours every day that we can help. We're not targeted on any CVs, as you'll know, on what we send out. It's a matter of, this is what we're looking for, the client tells us, and then we will, it might be one CV every 2 weeks kind of thing. But we've got that thing where if a client knows it's a CV from us, I would like to think, they'll be like, yeah, okay, kind of when can they come in, blah, blah, blah. At the same time, they don't have to read CVs nowadays. Now we've got the reputation that we have them because we're trusted. So they can know that a CV is coming through, it's open from Taste. It'll be like, yeah, this is somebody that we're going to want to see. So it just saves them sifting through that, of the CVs that are being sent from an agency, and also the point of actually getting that CV and the candidate in the first place as well. So we help with time, I would say, like a massive thing at the moment.
Yeah, that is massive. Everybody's literally firefighting. And we're not in the silly season, as we call it in the industry yet. And it's fascinating how already it's a bit bad.
It's a silly season for us at the minute, I'm telling you.
It is. Well, this is what I was saying to somebody the other day. I said, gosh, we're not even in that peak time yet. And yet It is full on. It's fascinating. Now, I ask every single person who comes on my Showcase Sunday, have they got 5 top tips? And what are your 5 top tips, Caroline?
5 top tips. I suppose it depends on whether it's going to be from a candidate point of view or whether it's going to be a client point of view. So I can kind of, I'm going to cheat here and I'm going to do 5 and I'm going to collaborate on both.
I love that.
Less pressure on me. So for candidates is just prepare. Obviously, you know, do your homework. There's nothing worse when you can give, you know, a candidate all the tools that you possibly can. We have it on our website. We've also got a sheet that we email to our candidate to say, right, this is your do's, this is your don'ts, this is where you need to look, this is how to prepare and what have you. So for candidates, prepare. You know, and it's not just on research, it could be, you know, how you're looking and things like that, how you're dressing, you've got to match where you're going to and things. So there's that. Clients, don't sit on CVs for 10 days. It wastes your time and it drives me absolutely potty, which I do tell them. But it's just like, you need staff and everybody's kind of busy, but nobody's going to kind of get anywhere or just be like, right, okay, get them here at this time. Trust us with kind of what we're doing. So speed is of the essence. People aren't going to hang around, so be quick. And, you know, look at these CVs that are going to be coming in. Oh blimey, I'm only on 2 here. I'm trying to think of another 3 top tips. You know, just speak to people in the industry as well, because you know, your different hotels and your different restaurants, they might know somebody that, you know, could fill one of these roles or something like that. So that's another good tip. Obviously use your current staff they might have friends, you know, bring incentives in to say, you know, if you're bringing somebody in, because obviously not everybody's going to want to pay an agency fee, and if you can save yourself an agency fee, use your tools that you've got. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And anything to do, I mean, just advertising in the right places, but you know, that's just kind of a given, I suppose.
Yeah, and I think the key is as well, you know, is actually look at what you're offering as an employer, because would you actually go and work at your place if that's what you were offering you? And I say that a lot. I say, you know, if you're offering accommodation that you wouldn't sleep in yourself, and if you're offering a wage that at that level that you were at, you wouldn't be happy with or be able to survive with. And if you're expecting somebody to be working 90 hours a week, you're not going to fill it. Not when there's other places and other industries right now offering far better rates, you know, amazing circumstances, you know, amazing work-life balance, etc. We've got to look at that as an industry, don't we?
Oh, we do. Well, do you know what I mean? Be a nice manager, take care of your staff, think about what they're going through as well, doing all these hours and things. And it does make a massive difference, you know, the loyalty that they'll get back from the, you know, that if you do look after your team and your staff, or at least you can empathise if that's the least that you can do because of how busy it is and the staff shortage and things. It's just be kind of real and open and make sure there's always a kind of open door policy and things like that, so they can talk to you, because they will come and speak to us, and it's a matter of we can sometimes advise that, you know, have you tried speaking to your manager, this, that and the other, and that's just massively important. And that will, you know, it'll just keep more staff with you, because they will get whatever they're feeling out and allow those problems to be solved if there is a problem, or if not, it just gets ironed out and at least they've got it off the chest.
Yeah, and for anybody looking to work in the hospitality industry. Now, I'm incredibly passionate about this, and I know you are as well, Caroline. You know, I've been in the industry over 30 years. And it has served me very, very well. I run a very, very successful consultancy and training academy in the hospitality industry, but I work in all sorts of different industries now, because I've worked in our vibrant, you know, most amazing industry that's given me the experience, the tools, the techniques, the knowledge. And yes, I've worked hard, and yes, I've also kept my career development up and my personal development, but my goodness, I've been very, very privileged to be in the industry. And I think we need to obviously highlight that as this is what we've got as a cracking industry. And if you want to come into something that you're going to grow and learn in, what a far better industry. You can work all over the world. You can make friends that you will stay friends with throughout your life from all over the world.
I know, it just gives so much freedom and opens so many doors to, you can, especially like, you know, you've got no ties. I'm wondering, even if you have got ties, you know what I mean? If you're a couple, you can still go wherever, as long as you've got the right attitude and you want to work hard. This industry, I mean, what other industry kind of offers say, yeah, here's, you've got staff accommodation, yeah, you can have your food and things like that. Blimey, it just doesn't happen.
And especially right now with costs of going through the roof, and you think, well, how do I save money to buy my first house? Go and live in a hospitality environment, work and get paid. Exactly. Or socializing, I call it. You know, it's a best industry.
Like you, Alison.
I know. I mean, it's just crazy not to do that. And I think, and you know, if they're looking for a job, Caroline, what should they do? What should they do right now if they're looking for a job in the industry? What should they do?
And if it's a candidate looking for a job, I mean, we can all, of course, there is agencies, but do choose the right agencies to go to. And of course, it's not just ourselves. There are a number of different agencies which are strong as well. We recommend other agencies if we can't, or kind of offer candidates or clients. You know, if we can't deal with them, we'll give them other people's names, other companies' names and things. So agencies, you know, go on the right websites. Of course, you've got the caterer where everyone will go to, you've got Indeed and things like that. Jobs are just out there all the time. But also as well, I think because everywhere is so busy, if you are thinking, you know, I want to work in that hotel or that area in particular, if you sent a couple of CVs off or whatever, and you've got a good background, you know, you have, and your attitude is 100% right, and you want to work hard, pick up the phone. I would say, you know, because your heads of department or your general managers or whatever, they are going to love that side as well, that you've done that. I don't want to talk myself out of a job, do you know what I mean? But I'm just answering really honestly, because that, you know, that will help as well, and that would be a good way to kind of get into the department that you're looking for in the right area within the right kind of hotels, and just take charge of what you're doing yourself.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's so critical, and anybody can literally learn anything. The one thing that we have got such a wide range of skills, knowledge and experience that you learn from different areas. You know, you could be in housekeeping, you could be in the restaurant, you could be in the kitchen, you could be, you know, doing website design, you could be in the garden reception, you could be anything, maintenance, and that's the beauty of it all. And it gives you a hell of a lot of life skills that is incredible for everybody, you know, that they should, and helping you to communicate with people, you know, it's just fantastic. So it's, I mean, I'm obviously very passionate about people working in the industry, but we've got to obviously look after them as well and make sure that everybody gets a real good, you know, be clear on what you're wanting to learn and what you're wanting to do in the industry and what career progression you want, and actually talk to your managers about it.
Yeah, and this is your managers, and you're being open as well. It could be that you might go into one department for 6 months and think, actually, you know, I want to kind of try this one, because the hotels and restaurants, they need staff. They're going to be open if you're a good staff member, they're not going to want to lose anybody, and it'll give somebody an opportunity to kind of think, you know, I'm going to thrive in this area, and, you know, if I want to deal with people, or I've got, you know, a real passion about food and I don't really like talking to people, there's those options as well. Do you know what I mean? You can be creative in the kitchen and just be with the brigade and the people that which is your team. So you're right, there was just so many different avenues that you could go down.
Yeah, and we, you know, you've already covered how you save the industry time, energy, money, you know, because the hours, the time alone costs the industry a fortune. You know, for a manager to sit there and wade through CVs on it, Indeed, when you look at the time that is spent, you've got to look at it differently. And I know when you're operational, you don't look at it that way because you're watching a budget all the time, but it is saving time and energy, and you add value to your clients because you match people, don't you, to the exact job with the exact spec, you know. So.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, with our clients, we want to kind of understand what this client's about, not just about what the aesthetics looks like, but about the ambience, what kind of environment is somebody going to be working in, what kind of personality do they need for a particular kind of role, what kind of background, lots and lots of different things that we're going to be matching with. It's not just it's a piece of paper, because you can read CVs and you can think, yeah, they've got a good background, but you need to also understand your client as well and what they're looking for by knowing them. The management style and everything like that, and just think, would this person fit with this one? Can you see them working? Will they like this background? And you'll think yes, no, and that's how we would match as well. So it's not just a piece of paper kind of thing, it's about understanding everything and hopefully us asking the right questions, and us not putting the phone down until I'm like, right, yeah, no, I completely get what you're looking for, because there are times where it might be a bit of a niche role that's come up, and I need to phone a client a couple of times and thinking, looking for CVs and thinking, I've not quite got this bit or that bit or whatever, and all of the team do that all the same over at Taste. And it's just about, right, yeah, fully understand it in order to get the right CVs across and the right person in front of them.
Yeah, because you all do the research, don't you? And you make sure that you've got everything absolutely crystal clear.
Yeah, exactly. And this is why we don't target on CVs either that, any of our staff are sending out, because we don't want any willy-nilly kind of CVs going that don't match, because it's just wasting our time and theirs. And because, of course, as you know, we cover everybody for 3 months too. So if we did that, it would waste our time, because we'd have to find somebody else, which is what we do for free. So that's important as well. So
yeah, no, I get that. So if someone was sitting on the fence here now going, oh, well, there's lots of recruitment agents out there, and is Taste the one for me? I know what I would say, but what would your previous clients or your present clients say to these people to get them over the line, and also to anybody who's looking to actually use an agent to get into work? What would you say? What would anybody who actually works through your agency say to them?
I think it's the straight talking kind of thing, and this is how just how our ethos is and how we all kind of work together. I think they basically say straight talking. Again, like I've said, if we don't feel that something is quite right, we will be very, very kind of open about it. Of course, it's the client's say at the end of the day, because it's their hotel, their restaurant, whatever. But they will feel that they can speak to us openly about it, and we do know what we're talking about. And this is because, the most important thing is the trust side as well. We've just recently won an award for the most trusted hospitality agency in the UK, which is, we're really proud of. And that is like a big element of what we're all about. So that would be the client side. As far as candidates, it could be, if they're going to be calling us, it's not a matter of us, they're telling us, I want this, that, and the other. And it's like, well, we've got a job, we're going to try and fit you in there. It won't be that. It will be a matter of, right, okay, you said you want this, this, and this, or you want to get here. This is what we've got, and this is why we think it's going to be right, and this is where it'll get you. But at the same time, it will be, if we don't have it, we put everything in our system so we know exactly what they want. And we wait until we have got that, because we don't want to be sending people off on the wrong track. It's not fair. We're busy enough. We don't need to do that either, because we can't. As I say, we're going to put somebody in the wrong job. They're going to leave after a month. So there's no point. So for candidates wise, and because each of us has worked in each consultant of ours has worked in hospitality, we know the environment, we know the stresses, so we understand. And as I just said a minute ago, we know, or like to think that we know what we're talking about. And I would imagine our clients and candidates would say that. Our trust would, I hope so.
Brilliant. Yes, and that's the important thing of actually knowing the industry inside and out, because you've got to do that. And I know what is really, really helpful to know is that you have got a vested interest into it, because yes, you don't want to just put somebody in and then a month later or 2 months later you're doing it again, because that's just crazy. So yeah.
Exactly.
So how do people get in touch? What we're going to do, Caroline, obviously, is put all your contact details at the end of the interview. But what's the best way to get in touch with Taste Hospitality if you're an employer and also as an employee looking to get into the industry?
I think the best way to basically get in touch with us, if you just go on our website, which is www.tastehospitality.com. Our email address is on there, which is just info@tastehospitality.com, and then each of our names with tastehospitality.com if you want an individual, whether it's Bronwyn, Dominic, Sophie or myself. And then our telephone number is 0161 222 7900. And that, you know, one way or another you'll be able to get us.
Fantastic. And if anybody's looking for, and it's, you know, somebody full-time, somebody part-time, somebody relief, the whole lot, you're there to help and support or point them in the right direction.
Exactly, yeah. Sometimes people will ring us for relief, but we specialise in the permanent side. However, saying that, we have done relief. So it might be, for example, that somebody would ring us and be, you know, they might need somebody for a couple of weeks, where as an agency we will be a lot cheaper than a temporary agency. Not that I want to say anything bad about temporary agencies, but it's not what we specialise in. So we have somebody the same amount of work won't need to go into that because they're already there, kind of thing. So if anybody does want temps, then still ring us, and if we can't, then we have a number of agencies where we'll say, you know, trust these people, trust these people, trust these people, and we're going to point them in the right direction depending on their location and what we know about the different agencies as well, and we'll point them in the right direction.
Brilliant. So the go-to expert, knowing where to go in the field of hospitality.
That's positivity.
Brilliant. And you cover all areas, don't you?
We do, everywhere, yes. From, you know, going Isles of Scilly all the way to top of Scotland. So absolutely everywhere.
That's fantastic. And all positions in hospitality, but mainly?
Yeah, anything in hotels and restaurants. I mean, it could be a gardener, for example. If somebody's stuck, you know, they've phoned us and it's like, yeah, okay then. Or, you know, if you know recruitment kind of thing, and you can help people because you understand. And if it's could be anything, could be maintenance, it's about recruiting, and again, it's not the client, getting the right spec and understanding what they want, and then matching advertising in the right way, looking in the right places, speaking to the right people. So anything that's needed, yeah, and if it's one of those where we think actually we are too busy, or it's going to take too much time because it's not an area we might have specialised in, again, still ring, because then I can say, well, we don't, however this person does or this person does, and blah blah.
A signpost them, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Caroline. It's been an honour and pleasure, and I've really enjoyed talking to you again. It's been too long, and thank you for joining us on Showcase Sunday, and happy Sunday everybody, and happy weekend.
Happy Sunday.